Hello and welcome back to another review by your Trexation. In the last review, I did the Bob Saget voice because he does the voiceover for How I Met Your Mother. I thought this time I could change something in the voice, you see? Let's try the Plinkett voice, shall we? I don't know, this is a tribute to Harry S. Plinkett. 2012 was the year nobody wanted to be in, especially people. You see, after some retards told other retards about the possible end of the world, in this particular year, things got a lot more serious than they should have become. But where do I possibly start? This 2012 apocalypse thing is so huge I can't even wrap my head around it. And that ain't even the biggest thing on my body, ha ha ha. So let's dive right in. Number 1, the backstory. The first time we heard about the fucking end of the world was when renowned geologist Roland made his feature film, documentary about the Mayan calendar predicting the upcoming apocalypse. I sure love the word apocalypse. So I thought I should look up what the Mayans meant in the first place. The Mayan calendar consists of 3 individual rings. The smallest ring has the lichens on it, and so do the other ones. It's basically just a giant clockwork. Clockwork. Did you get it? Because it measures time. Did you get it? Anyway, the smallest thing in there has somewhat 12 days in it. So 12 icons, 12 days. Did you get it? And that would make a week. And then we got the bigger wheel, and this bigger wheel is moving with a small wheel inside, so their movements are aligned. So we can estimate 260 days. And that was the Mayan year. But hold the phone! Ain't there 365 days till the Earth reaches the point of which it started in your 1-year journey around the sun? Yeah, that's true. So let's make a third wheel with 365 fangs and shove it into the second wheel, so all 3 of them would function as a bigger thing. And then someone took a red marker and said, if I paint these 3 aligned parts of the 3 wheels, and then we will let them spin, at what day exactly these 3 markings would come together again? And that leads us to 12/21/12. No, seriously, that's all there is. So the Mayans predicted 5,120 years in the future the Mayan calendar would end. Well, so the Mayans said. But here's a trick question. Why didn't they just make like another one? Like a second Mayan calendar? Like we do it when 1 year ends, you know, we just make another one, like printed. Would have given us the impression that we will survive, right? But now scratch that part. We were talking about the trick question. Let's historify. Yeah, so the Spaniards came and killed all the indigenous people in the New World because, you know, God is great and shit. And almost every single scroll written by the Mayan priests was destroyed. So why would anyone believe that the end of the fucking world is upon us because some society failed to create a second calendar after we're all fucking murdered? Number 2. The media. So like in every other crisis, we need someone to tell us what to be afraid of. This is where the media comes in. So nowadays the internet is the biggest get-together of social contact. People don't like people no more. And since there is no restriction on the World Wide Web, every fucktard can upload his or her theory about everything and everybody. We got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and internet porno. Okay, since there are so many ways people can make themselves known to the public, there's a slight danger of some information, not all, but some information would indeed be only personal opinion and not at all scientific. What? So we got some crazy folks taking this foreshadowing as the real thing, and they start pooping their pants, and other people are reacting to their droppings, and so on. And thus we create the circle of poop. And we all know the most important fact about poop. It fucking stinks. And also the fact that droppings always seek the fastest way down to the floor. Gravity and shit. And this is where we are, friends. We are being soiled by media droppings. As the thing became more and more popular and even Roland Emmerich made $1 million movie about it, there was a slight possibility that something might happen for real. No, I'm not shitting you, that's the original thought process. Emmerich even stated in an interview that he read a book during the production of 2012 about possible ends of the world and was quote-unquote very scared, and he put it away. He couldn't read much further than the couple of pages. He was so afraid. Roland, you fuck! And then others film came like Doomsday and that Hour Zero, and so on. We had so much desire in watching the world burn, or drown, or blown to fucking pieces that we would totally forget the true message behind it. What if it all was true and we were just joking around over our inevitable doom? I guess if there is no escape, there's no boundaries, right? Right? Number 3. Coincidences. So as you all heard, the world is coming to an end. Yeah, no kidding, that's true. But depending on solar activity and cosmic storms, the world will be destroyed in somewhat 100 million years as the sun turns into the red giant and then becomes the blue dwarf or something like that. Yeah, blue dwarf. But guess what? That ain't 2012, people, so chill the fuck out. Oh, I get it. You mean a coincidence that rail our understanding into certain directions. Okay, so there was a big earthquake with tsunamis as a reaction because energy set loose on the water has to go somewhere. Somewhere was Japan. Fukushima was a devastating event that left grand parts of the Japanese islands underwater. Also fucking destroyed. People got scared and used this happening to reignite the debate about shutting down nuclear plants for good. Merkel, you fuck! And then the Costa Concordia incident happened. You know, that big ship from Poseidon? 2012. That ran ashore because the captain was a fucking retard. Yeah, he drove the thing right on the rocks because the show must go on. And they were like, well, that's a big ship. Wait, shit, what are you doing? Hitting rocks with an ocean liner? 1912, 2012... I guess it must be true then, right? Anyway, people died and Captain Vernacular was to blame. Cool story, bro. But the imaginary alone reminded us of disaster films like Poseidon in 2012. Subconscious, you fuck. I recently saw a video on the YouTube where a guy shows us destruction, wastelands and devastating events that happen throughout the course of the year. Like flooding, hurricanes, oil spills, and meltdown. Well, gee, wanna see my revision of 2009? 2009. Oil spills, earthquakes, train wrecks, buildings collapsing, meltdown, and the 400-year anniversary of Kepler's law. Oh my god! So I guess you can say the same things happen over and over again. You know, back in the 80s and the 90s, people were scared about global warming, earthquakes, nuclear power, and the poles melting. See? But since some ancient society made a calendar that had nothing to do with the earth around it, I guess it makes perfect sense that these things are harboring the apocalypse. Oh my god! Number 4, Nostradamus. You see, whenever a person brings up that nut job, I just frown and scratch my head. His predictions are so loosely based on facts and are written in the best possible way to interpret. If you get it vague enough, people will believe anything. Just like astrologists say that there is a loved one in your family that died of a heart attack. Well, gee, that happened to no family across the world. Well, let's look at Nostradamus' predictions, shall we? Oh. He puts the end of the world in the year 3797. But anyway, let's look at another prediction right now.
For 40 years, the rainbow will not be seen. For 40 years, it will be seen every day.
Wait, what?
The dry earth will grow more parched, and there will be a great flood when it is seen.
Wow, that dude knew it all. You know, when there's floods, and there's rain, and there's there's sunlight because we are on Earth, and rain and sunlight, so you might just, yeah, fuck it. But let's look at the prediction that is more particular. I might just add that I have read all the centuries written by this dude, and nothing, not even in the slightest way, is a hard fact. It's just so vague facts that guys scribble together from his time's problems and where they may lead to. So in some ways you can say he was like a legal representative of the world saying, if we continue to fuck up our planet, we might just die a horrible death. Well, that's true. So let's talk about the 9/11 prophecy, shall we?
At 45 degrees, the sky will burn, fire will approach the great new city. In an instant, the great scattered flame will leap up, when one will want to demand proof to the Normans.
Oh. That is the oh so scary September 11th quote from our beloved Nostradamus. Let's break it down. Oh. You might just think at 45 degrees the sky will burn might be New York City being at 45 degrees on the globe, right? No, it's 40 degrees. That's the exact location of NYC. Sorry, people. In other ways, you might just say degrees could be anything, really. Like heat, or an angle where something approaches. In addition, we cannot say for sure whether degrees have been translated sufficiently. Fire to approach the great new city. Alright, okay, I get it. The great city. It could be any city, any fucking city. Just because there is a new in the title doesn't mean it's fucking New York. It's simpler than that. You know, people are afraid of losing new things. And if the thing is great and new, gee, I'd be pissing my pants too, like dropping a fucking iPad. It was new and great, and now it's gone. In an instant, a great scattered flame will leap up. Okay, wanna know how great scattered flame would look like? It will be a big fucking giant flame all over the place. The magnitude is not giving, henceforth 2 explosions because of kerosene do not qualify in a greater scattered flame. If you said smoky towers after bits and burns, I would shit my pants right now. When one will want to demand proof to the Normans. You know, the Normans were the people that gave northern France the name Normandy. This makes sense since Nostradamus was a French dude born in the southern parts of the land. Go on, make up another theory. Do it. I dare you. I double dare you, Number 5. My theory. So in conclusion, you might want to know what I think about 2012 and the whole apocalypse thing. Well, since the Mayan scrolls talk about a change of humanity and a new age approaching, we shouldn't be so hasty in proclaiming doomsday, right? Humanity did change in the course of the year. Maybe because of what hype 2012 inflicted upon itself. Let's see it as a big psychological project, shall we? When one dude says, "Hey, I heard 2012 will be the year of change," and holds up some fancy scroll stating that some year something will possibly happen, other people will buy it. And then it becomes self-igniting and more people will talk about it. Much like modern mouth-to-mouth advertising. I mean, think about it. Parties, sales, and whole internet platforms formed just because some dude reminded people of the Mayan calendar ending. Though it doesn't end. Did I mention that? Well, as it turns out, there are new Mayan calendars in the making. Suck on that. I guess you can say 2012 has become the big thing that it is because we let it become this big juggernaut. It's fucking everywhere. Even NASA said no need to panic. Nothing suspicious in our universe that might predict doom. I mean, what the fuck? Does that mean just does that mean just because someone says it and it becomes popular since to its shady character people will believe in anything? Fuck you.
Oh my god!